Pochettino has officially been announced, and today let's discuss what this appointment means. So right now, my friends, tons of things to prepare for. Last season is done. We now get ready for the 23-24 season under our new manager, Mauricio Pochettino. And yeah, finally I can put to bed and put to rest that nightmare season and focus hopefully on more positive horizons. So I hope you guys are excited for the future. Massive summer ahead. Hit that like button if you like the video, and if you don't, it tells me to work harder for next time and without wasting any more time. So right now, my friends, let's talk Pochettino, as today he was officially announced as he signs a 2-year contract with an option to extend by a further year if he meets certain clauses in his contract. Right now, we go to the club's website, and as they announced, Pochettino has become our new head coach for the 23-24 season. We have some quotes from Lawrence Stewart and Paul Winstonley, our co-sporting directors, and as they say, Mauricio's experience, standards of excellence, leadership qualities and character will serve Chelsea Football Club as we move forward. He is a winning coach who has worked at the highest levels in multiple leagues and languages. His ethos, tactical approach and commitment to development all made him the exceptional candidate. I fully agree with that, and as we continue down, Todd Bowley, Egbali and Mr. Feliciano had their thoughts to say as well too. The sporting team conducted a diligent and thoughtful process that the board is proud of. We are delighted that Mauricio will be joining us. Mauricio is a world-class coach with an outstanding track record. We are looking forward to having him on board. Pochettino is a coach renowned for his side's high energy and eye-catching style, and he has built a reputation for helping young players realize their full potential within a strong squad ethos. And I think these are the best ways to really describe and reflect Mauricio Pochettino. As we know, his staff joined him today. That includes Jesus Perez, Miguel De Gastino, Tony Jimenez, and Sebastian Pochettino, his son. And right now, we fully prepare for this summer and for next season, and I got some thoughts and opinions. Now, some of the rumours suggesting that Tottenham were looking to make a late approach to try and re-sign Pochettino, I mean, that was all false. That was confirmed to be false as well too. And to be honest with you, Pochettino has only had a focus on signing for us, and it's been like this for a few years now. As I keep going back before we signed Mauricio Sarri, we did go for Pochettino first. We held talks with him in March. He was very open to signing for us, but of course we couldn't negotiate any fee to sign him from Tottenham. So this is a guy that fulfilled his duties at Tottenham, but he isn't loyal to them. He's only loyal to his own pursuits and his coaching methods. And when you consider what Pochettino now has at his disposal as our new manager, I mean, now he is finally back in London with his family. He has amazing resources to take advantage of at this football club, with the bonus being that he has the potential in the squad to start fighting for honours and winning silverware. And in my opinion, this is now Pochettino's real test. I think the contract given to him was incredibly fair. 2 years with the option to extend by a further year. 2 years is more than enough time to start embedding your philosophy, your ideas, and start getting the ball rolling. And I do feel like if Pochettino gets things right, then I feel like this is the football club where he can really make his legacy and leave his impact. I feel optimistic about this appointment, but I'm not going to get too excited. I'm not going to get too gassed. I do feel like last season has definitely humbled me. At times, maybe I can be a bit too idealistic, but reality is that idealistic things don't always work out perfectly like they're supposed to do if you want to see that work. And I understand that right now. So for me, it's complete baby steps. But I do think that Pochettino, in terms of his philosophy, his ideals, there's a lot of complementary factors between Pochettino's vision and the club's vision. And I think that centers around the fact that it's all about developing the young talents we have now, because we're spending crazy amounts of money, but we're not spending that money based on their current ability. We're spending that money based on their future ability. And for me, it will be an absolute crime if I don't see your Enzo Fernandez really achieving his full potential and being one of the leading midfield players across Europe. I do feel like with the previous attempts at integrating young players, there were some hits and misses, But ultimately, I feel like we definitely undermined the development of most of the young players at this football club. I feel like with a lot of systems that don't necessarily complement their full games. I think injuries happening to these guys at the wrong time, too much competition in the wrong places, etc, etc. And I think the embodiment of the failure right now, I'd probably say it's Kai Havertz. Because at the time, before we signed Kai Havertz, this guy was like the young king of European football. He had all the biggest clubs across the world after him. Bayern Munich, Real Madrid, really hoping to secure him for next season. We did some great business to persuade Kai to sign for us, and then to actually get the deal over the line. Of course, the fact that Leverkusen missed out on CL football right near the end being the ultimate play that swung in our favour. But since we appointed Kai Havertz, I'm sorry, we've had no real plan for this guy to achieve any of the potential, because the football we play, the way we use him, the roles he's playing in, is constantly evolving, it's constantly changing. And there's no continuity for a young guy to be able to really grow his game, improve upon things and go to the next level. And I think right now we're seeing a Kai Havertz that has developed to becoming like a pretty mid or even below mid style striker. And you can't tell me that was the grand vision we had for Kai Havertz and we signed him at the time. So it's important that we're continuing where we've left off with Graham Potter, but maybe kind of elevating in certain standards by signing a guy that really believes in the value of harnessing this young talent, improving them, and having the track records of being someone to actually make these guys get better. And I think we can't afford to have any more Kai Havertz mistakes, because if we flop again, it'll be very hard for us to persuade some of Europe's best young players that we're a serious club that you should sign for, because you're going to go to the next level here. Because we haven't shown that right now. But as I was saying before, I feel like with the appointment of Pochettino, this is now his opportunity to really leave a legacy and to really build something now. Mauricio has had a history of turning underperformers into overachievers. He's got a small taste of what it's like to earn silverware and title success with Paris Saint-Germain. He's learned so much across his career, which has spanned multiple leagues, multiple clubs, multiple languages. And in my opinion, he's passed every single test. Now, he signs for a club that, on paper, based on what we're reading, fully complements Pochettino's values and ideals. And for managers, these types of opportunities come along once in a blue moon. They're very rare. But if you take advantage of them, because this is a salvageable situation, you can find some unreal success. Now, I don't want you guys getting too gassed and excited, because there's still a lot of work to do, I do feel like for the 23-24 season, my expectations are centered around, education, learning, getting used to Pochettino's training demands. That won't get clocked in like 1 or 2 weeks. That's going to be like a few months, right? Of course, getting used to a new way of playing, new ideas, new ways of training, new everything right now. And of course, building an identity and system with this talented mess of a squad that we currently have. So my expectations for next season is securing Champions League football, hopefully some decent trophy runs as well too. And I do feel like for the 24-25 season, once that some of our new signings have really had more time embedding themselves in this league, of course, getting used to playing with each other in a successful, hopefully, a successful attacking plan, then I think these guys will be really ready then to go to that next level. And then maybe we can start talking about title challenges. I mean, I'm a fan. I'm going to be optimistic by the fact that Pochettino is going to have 1 week now, every time there's a game, to really prepare for the next game. And that type of opportunity doesn't come around much. So really, Pochettino has to take full advantage of this opportunity given to him. Because in my opinion, this could be the make or break of him. And for me, how Pochettino, how our sporting directors, the board, the staff, how they conduct business this summer is going to determine how successful we can be for next season. I mean, every serious club needs to have serious preparation. I mean, some of the things we've been doing, can you imagine Man City doing something like that? I mean, come on, they're a level ahead of us in all departments right now, and we need to catch up, and we need to trust a plan that we can fully support and actually give time to grow. Pochettino has to decide how he's going to shape his squad for next season. I mean, there are some conflicting reports suggesting that, yes, he wants to work alongside like the Prem, Cobham grads, your Mounts, Reeses, Corals, etc., etc. He feels like, if you have that core group within a squad, that's how you can enforce a mentality throughout your entire squad. But then you're seeing conflicting reports suggesting that we want to sell all the Cobham grads because they bring in the maximum amount of money to help us reinvest back in the team. Pochettino has to show his qualities in the market by honing in on these specific needs that his team needs. Ugarte, we are purely signing him based on the recommendation of Pochettino, who really wants a player of his profile. But most importantly, on top of this, I'm going to be focusing on what solutions we find up front, because getting a striker that complements and fits the system. I mean, I don't understand the struggles this club has had when it comes to securing a striker. We've gone for massive names, young guys with potential, hybrids, every type of forward you can imagine. And like, you can list off your hands, like maybe 4 good strikers out of 50 that we've signed over the past, 15 years. That is awful. And it does reflect poor squad management, because you're kind of communicating that you don't really know what solutions that your team needs. So again, this detail is going to be key, because every time we've had a serious striker, we've won the league. Costa, Drogba, Anelka. I mean, there's a pattern behind that, no? And we don't score goals whatsoever. So then we end things by discussing the 2 final things Poch has to do. I've been saying this all week, for weeks now. Bring back some killer threat and instincts. If you can get us scoring goals, overperforming XG, and actually creating consistent quality actual creations in a game, then we can start talking again. But I'm not saying nothing until I see how this preseason goes and some of the ideas that Pochettino is probably thinking about right now. And of course, as I've been saying already, this guy needs to make sure that he harnesses the full potential of this young squad. I need to see Enzo go to levels. I need to see your Santoses. I need to see that Kendry Paz, even if Pochettino is even there, but who knows at this football club. But all the other talents that we have, Mudryk, and he actually unlock him and get him more confident in games. This is where Pochettino is going to be judged, but I do feel like this is a challenge that he is most definitely ready for. It's nice that you have the full support from everyone unanimously at the top of the club, but at the same time, this puts more pressure on you to make sure that you're coming as well with the right decisions. So right now, my friends, we get ready for Pochettino's first game in 53 days against Wrexham. And this week, I'm going to be going Pochettino crazy. I'm going to be discussing the squad, predicted lineups, all that good stuff. So my guys and girls and everyone, make sure you have that bell notification button set on BlueLionsTV, because you guys know that when it's summertime, I go ham and I go hard. So my friends, Pochettino is our new manager. I'd love to read your thoughts and opinions in this community. Share them all below. Are you feeling optimistic? Are you still needing a bit more time? Do you not even like this appointment? How are you feeling about this, man? Let us all know below. And my guys, on that note, I'm NiniFC. This is BlueLionsTV. I'll catch you guys later with some more videos. Cool.